What's up, internet? My name's Sammy Master and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing season 2 of the Netflix original Dead to Me. But before we get into that, I do have to give you all a little heads up that there's currently a huge thunderstorm system moving through Kentucky, and I film right next to a window, so if you hear some rumbling, just know it's the thunderstorm, not my stomach. So yeah, just thought I'd throw that out there. And a second heads up, if you have not watched the last episode of season 1 of Dead to Me, don't watch this video, because the entire second season basically builds off of what happened in the last episode of last season. So I'm not going to spoil season 2, but I have to talk about season 1 to kind of set things up. So if you haven't finished season 1 of Dead to Me and you don't want to be spoiled, just don't watch this video until after you have finished season 1. But for the rest of you, let's get into this video. Season 1 came out last year, 2019, and I was instantly obsessed. I've got to say, this show is really messed up. Like, really, really messed up. It's different. It's a very different kind of concept. Yeah, it's real messed up. And season 2 is honestly even more messed up than season 1. That's hard to top. But yeah. So if you have seen the end of season 1, you know it kind of leaves off on a ginormous cliffhanger where Jen may have killed Judy's ex-fiance, Steve. And that's kind of hard to like wrap your mind around, because there's already been one murder in this series. So now there's this like role reversal from season 1, because you know, season 1, Judy kind of killed Jen's husband, which is not good, and then she did some messed up things and kind of interfered with her life, that's just a lot, and that's crazy. And then now season 2, Jen's the new killer. So it's a very odd friendship that has been revolving around a whole lot of death and a lot of cover-up. So very, very different. It's a very odd friendship that I feel like would be very exhausting. The season kind of starts with Jen has now brought in Judy to this, illegal activity of killing somebody. So now they have to kind of try their best to keep people from finding out. But Jen and Judy, are trying their best. Judy's had some practice lying about things, so she can kind of handle this a little bit. She's obviously devastated that Steve is dead. Even though he was a crappy person, she still loved him. So at the end of the first episode, Steve apparently has a twin brother that shows up, and he sticks around for the entire season, which makes things very complicated for Judy and Jen. Jen especially, because, she's the one that killed his brother. And there's always a bump in the road. Throughout the entire season, they've got a lot of things to explain and try to keep hidden, and it gets very complicated, especially towards the end. There's a whole lot of like OMG moments. Jen and Judy both kind of get to explore their past a little bit. You get to see they both have interactions with or about their mothers. We learned in the first season that Jen's mom died from breast cancer, but we do get to see Judy's mom makes an appearance in this season, and she's something. Yeah, I don't know how the show made me almost not care that Judy kind of killed somebody, but I love her, and I felt so bad for her throughout this season, because really she did do things wrong during this season, but she wasn't the killer this time. And she's just, she's grieving. She has spent the last year of her life with some heavy stuff to deal with, and she just wants to find some happiness. We do get to see Judy kind of explore her sexuality in this season, which was nice. There's not a whole lot that I can say about the season that wouldn't spoil it, because that there's always, each episode leaves off on a cliffhanger and starts with something equally insane. It's hard to talk about it and not give things away, because I want people to be equally as shocked as I was. There's a whole lot of like, did that just happen moments throughout the show that you all need to experience for yourself. So I've already told you as much as I can tell you, really. And there's a lot of drama. That's all you need to know, is that it's a lot of drama. It's really messed up, but it's really good. Like, for how strange their relationship is and how messed up the concept of this show is, it's a really good show, and I loved it. They left the possibility for a season 3. I don't know if at this point it has been confirmed that they have a season 3. Till about halfway through the last episode, I thought, okay, they're not going to have a season 3 because everything was wrapping up really nicely, but then it didn't. So, yeah, there's definitely a possibility for a season 3, and now I think that I definitely need a season 3 because of how they left it off. I need some answers. I need some explaining. So the show stars Christina Applegate, Linda Cardellini, and James Marsden, and they are so good in this show. The acting was phenomenal. They're 3 just amazing actors, and the story is very original and it's so good. I don't know how somebody came up with this and thought of all the little details. Like, there's so many little details in this show that turn into big problems, and I don't know how people think of this. I'm amazed. I'm always amazed with the writing of shows. So I'm gonna give this season of this show 4.5 stars because it was really good. The acting was great, as always. The story was really great. However, what's keeping me from it being 5 stars is that there were just some things that I thought were unnecessary to have in the show that didn't really need to be in the story. You got to see characters develop and new relationships build. I wish they would have kind of used those relationships a little bit more, given it a little bit more screen time. Would have been happy with that. There is a relationship with Judy that kind of ends abruptly, and I think it wasn't written well to end. So little things like that kept it from being 5 stars in my eyes. But I think that the show can bring it back around with season 3 and can touch on those things again. I highly suggest watching this show. It's not family friendly. There's a lot of swearing that goes on in it. It's a really good show. It's on Netflix. Now has 2 seasons, and each season is 10 episodes. The episodes are about 35 minutes a piece, so it's a very easily bingeable series, and the way things leave off, every episode has like a cliffhanger, and so you'll want to keep watching. I'll leave a trailer to season 2 down below. I definitely recommend, if you haven't watched season 1 since last year when it came out, maybe watch the last episode to get, reacquainted with the storyline and what's happening, because I was a little lost for a little bit because I forgot basically a lot of things that happened. So definitely kind of give yourself a refresher. Definitely give the show a watch, and if you've already seen it, let me know what your thoughts are down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, welcome, and I would really love it and appreciate it if you would subscribe at the end of this video, and then after you subscribe, hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that is all that I've got for you today, so I guess I'll see you next time. Bye!